All right, hello everyone. Setting up hole number 6 here for the rookie tournament. And, if you guys haven't noticed so far, I've pretty much kept a pretty standard bag here. And you can see kind of what that looks like. Now, for this hole, we're probably, something that I sometimes think about is switching clubs in terms of a driver. I might go with a Quasar here just for a little bit of extra side spin. There's a specific way that I like to play this hole, and I think, it'll be very favorable for you guys as well if you're able to kind of model the way that I go about doing this one. So let's just see what we got here. And what I like to do here, oh, that's not a very good wind. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use a katana ball. It's going to give me that extra side spin that I like to really force this ball over back towards the left. You can see that, the hardest thing is going to be getting this over back to the left, but I really like coming at it from that angle. It makes the pitch a little bit easier. So you can see in terms of ring play, I might play about 2 per ring, kind of somewhere in here, almost 2 rings. And you can see kind of what I'm doing with my overpower. And there you can see a perfect ball. Oh, just too much on the ring correction. So it was within, a quarter ring of too much. I was trying to get, you could see that I was trying to get aggressive like that for you guys. Do keep in mind that, the mistake that I just made isn't a tragic one. So I do recommend getting aggressive towards the left. But what my overall goal is, and if you guys want to similarly look for my pro guide or my expert guide, already in the expert guide, I did get to the tee shot that I wanted. But what you might learn is the actual approach, because I'm not going to be able to do the approach for you guys. But I do really recommend getting over to that left side. And as I mentioned, the reason that I'm not afraid to make the mistake that I just did is because of the fact that it's kind of a nice miss. There's really very little consequence. I can usually get this up to the green here. And it looks like it's a little closer than I thought it would be, and that's in part with... So let me try to go about this a little bit differently. Coming out with some backspin maybe. But, as I mentioned, with proper execution here. Good ball. So that'll probably end up costing me. Trying to get it over as far as I can. Looks like I'm only up here to the green. So it is going to end up costing me here, and it's because my my Nirvana doesn't have quite enough power. So one of the things that I might want to check before coming in is making sure that I have the longest rough iron possible. As you can see, this might be a mistake that ends up costing me. I didn't expect it to, because in the later clubs it doesn't. Like I'm well within, reach of the hole. And more than anything, it was the good ball. But at the very least, I still have a very makeable pitch. And it's still going to be I can still navigate this and, still execute and make this. So, it's not, a terrible approach. It's a little disappointing that, my shot execution wasn't quite what it needed to be. And here you can actually see I'm going to end up with a par. So that is a little disappointing. I wanted to get you guys a little bit better guide. But as I mentioned, if you guys can get the ball over towards the left there, it is going to be, a very good thing. And you guys will like it over there to the left a little bit better. The pitch is a little bit more straightforward up the hill. It's just a little bit harder of a tee shot to get to work the ball over there. And you can see it ended up costing me here. But I do want to go to my bag inventory here real quick for you guys. It's a little disappointing to wind up with the par here. It was still probably salvageable, but I might have had to just set up my, and if I had just 6 more yards of length. That's all I needed. So one of the things that I might do in the later rounds, well, I can already tell you, one of the things that I'm going to do in the later rounds, I'm just going to bring a Kingmaker. It's going to give me the extra power, and that'll never happen again in any of my other rounds. So that'll be the difference maker, would be to, you know, waste one of my Kingmaker balls, which I usually save specifically for tournament play. But let's just take a look at a couple rough irons, you know, and I'm assuming, you know, you guys probably have better options. And like I said, it really came down to about 5-6 yards from being able to still easily get to the green, to where I could just rough bump it up the hill. And we're only talking, you know, I need probably a Nirvana 4. That's the difference as to how close that was there. I will continue to, you know, kind of go towards the left there. And as I mentioned, you know, I might just bring that extra Kingmaker. It'll give me that little extra yard boost, you know, and those 4 extra yards will be enough for me to probably full top spin it onto the green, if I make that mistake again. But in any regard, you know, hopefully you can still, you know, find an easy way to get up here. Like I mentioned, you know, do feel free to check out my pro, check out my expert. You know, my bag's a lot better, which can help show you guys what it, you know, what a better tee shot looks like, and something that you guys should try to replicate. I'm assuming, you know, for the most part, you guys at least have a good as bag as mine for almost everybody. So good luck there, guys, and catch you guys for hole 7 coming up.